Hey guys, and welcome to my first little video like this explaining to you how to actually do something. So what I'm going to do is run through this. In the future, I'm probably going to redo this video, make it better, make it more effective for you guys. But as my first attempt, hopefully this gets you started on this activity and really lets you get the most out of it by understanding how to build word families. I cannot stress enough how important word families are. You don't just want to learn lots and lots of different words that you don't really understand. You want to learn the words that you already know. You want to increase your flexibility with them, be able to use them in different parts of the sentence. What do I mean by that? How to use them as nouns, as adjectives, as verbs, or as adverbs. And I found a really great website for you to use to look up the different kinds of words in the family, and I'm going to show you how to use that quickly now. So in this activity that I've given you on word families, if you scroll down here, you can actually go to this highlighted thing, use this website to build your word families. If you click on it, and it'll take you to the website. It's the British Council Word Family Framework. It actually took me quite a while to find this website, so I've done all the hard work for you. I just want to show you how to use it just briefly now. So, search bar here, advanced options. I'll tell you about this in a sec, but all I want you to do is to click all every time that you search. Now, few example words that let's have a look at. Let's take the adjective word angry. You know, we all know an angry person somewhere. Someone we know is angry. Let's search for angry. This is what you're going to get every single time that you search a word. It's a nice, clean interface, no messy words and other things around it, so it's pretty easy to understand, I think. So here you got your head word, which is the main word that you would look up in the dictionary, okay? It's not so important yet, but it's there. What this scale is here from A1 all the way down to C2 is the European framework, which tells you the order of difficulty that you're learning. So the A's are the beginner, intermediate, B, C is advanced. So what it's saying really is just that this is the word you're probably going to use first. And to be honest, that's pretty true because angry is the word that we normally learn before any other types of this concept. So I want you to pay attention here to the little symbol I'm just highlighting here, ADJ. These are the abbreviations that you need to know. So ADJ stands for adjective, N for noun, V for verb, and ADV for adverb. The other little thing that you got to look for, and I'm going to put a little short list of these so that you know, is next to noun and verb. There are a couple of different things. U, and you might see C. U means uncountable, uncountable noun, and C means countable noun. For verb, T means transitive, and I means intransitive. We've already covered these in previous lessons, but just quickly, a transitive verb means that you need to do the verb to something. It must have an object. Intransitive means you just do it, like sleep. You don't need an object, you can't have an object. If you see U and C together, it means it's both. I and T together, also both. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, I know the word angry. I want to know the other words in the family. Moving along here, I find the word anger, and I see that it's a noun. Interesting. So now that I know that anger has a noun, and I'm going to jump back, I could jump back to my table and plot that in. So I know angry adjective, now I know anger the noun. Now if you're not quite sure how to use the word, it's a good thing to go look it up, get a dictionary definition, and more importantly, go look it up in a sentence. See as many different sentences as you can. In fact, I've got another great site which actually shows you the words in collocation, but it's a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to actually show that to you in another video. So, look it up, make sure you got a feel for it, enter it into your table. Moving along further, we come to anger again, but this time it's a verb, so you can have anger as a verb. So, let's say, she angered him. She angers me. We're using it as a verb. With the noun form, how do I use it as a noun? Instead of saying the angry man or he is angry, I want to talk about something more complex. Anger is the cause of most domestic violence issues. That's professional. You don't want to say angry people cause most domestic violence issues. No. We're talking about the concept of anger, the emotion. So we need the noun here. He angers her. Okay, so used in a verb form. And finally, much more advanced. When I say advanced, it just means it's a lot more uncommon. The adverb angrily. So he yelled angrily at me. So it's modifying the verb. Finally, over here in the X, what the X is words that aren't so common or phrases, but they're put there because they feel that it's worth for you to know them. So in anger is a kind of phrase. I said something in anger. Basically just means angrily. So as you can see, here we have for the same concept, angry adjective, anger noun, anger verb, and angrily adverb. Let's try one more. Let's say education. Education, as I hope we know, is a noun. There we go. The head word is actually educate. So as we come along here, the first and most easy word is education, right? We want an education. I send my kids to school to get a good education. It's a noun, okay? And you can't count it. It's a very broad concept. Education is important in our country. Our country needs better education. Great, we know that, but I want to enhance my ability to use this word. Very good one for IELTS. Coming along here, the next word you're likely to find is educational. This is an adjective, okay? Educational, so we might talk about educational programs, educational strategies, educational goals. So it's an adjective affecting what kind of goals? Educational goals. The politician has a lot of educational goals. This book is very educational. Hopefully this video I'm making you is very educational. So now we're talking about an adjective, a quality given to something. Now, I haven't quite figured out why this is not highlighted. I think it has to do with relevancy. But if you look over here, you've got educate as a verb. Now, it's a transitive verb. So right now I am trying to educate you on how to use this program. There's another adjective here, educated. So this man is very educated. It's a quality. They already possess education. And we also have another noun, educator. That's someone like me, I hope, a teacher who educates other people. So I am an educator. That's what I do for a living. You also have the opposite, the negative adjective, uneducated. That's what we call people that don't write properly. You'll probably point out to a lot of Portuguese people that you see writing, they're very uneducated because they're not using Portuguese correctly. Okay, so this is another adjective, not a nice one. And finally we have the adverb educationally. It's not very often used, but there it is. So again, knowing all these and knowing how to use them and knowing what they all mean, very, very important. And I find this website is an excellent one to go about seeing what they are and starting to practice using them correctly in context. Now that's all for this video, but in the next video below I'll be doing the first question of our worksheet with you so that you know how to use this site in practice. Thanks for listening, guys.